What up, guys? It's your brother Joe here, and welcome back to my F1 2020 My Team Career Mode. We are now at Sao Paulo, Brazil. If you haven't seen the last episode from Mexico, I urge you to go and do so. So many twists and turns occurred in that race. Otherwise, sit back, relax, and enjoy this installment. So, Mexico, what a roller coaster that was. It just wasn't very good, was it? You know, we've somehow managed to pull a couple of points out of that one, but otherwise it's one to forget, as we did kind of bottle it there. But we're coming back stronger here, and you know what? This qualifying lap is looking pretty good, if I may say so. We're aiming just to be as competitive as possible, get as many points as possible here, and hope that we still get ahead of Bottas. And in fact,
Fantastic.
that lap
was
stunning.
He won,
but the AI were able to improve right at the end of qualifying, and as a result, we are now starting fourth. But it's a long race, anything can happen.
Uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then. Welcome along then to the place where heroes and history are made. It's where the 2008 title was decided in the final corner. And it's the place, a year later, that Jenson Button stormed through from 14th on the grid to claim his one and only Drivers' Championship. It's Interlagos, and it's time for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Interlagos, always a very special race here in Brazil. It's a 2.7-mile circuit with 9 lefts and 6 rights for a total of 15 corners. The fastest lap today should have an average speed of around 135 miles per hour, if, of course, the weather stays dry until the end of the Grand Prix. And with me, as usual, is Anthony Davidson. Why don't we start by talking about Valtteri Bottas? That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
There are never any guarantees in this business, but certainly the performance last time out would have boosted their confidence coming into this one.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and Antoine Hubert completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Verstappen, Oldtimer, Charles Leclerc and Vettel, Albon, Perez, Sainz and Lewis Hamilton, Gasly, Ricciardo, they've taken a grid penalty, Lance Stroll and Norris, Kvyat, Giovinazzi, Kevin Magnussen and Esteban Ocon, Raikkonen, Latifi, Grosjean and George Russell ends our grid lineup. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head to trackside for today's race.
36 laps stand between me and a great result here, so let's go for it. It's lights out and away we go. We've got a super launch there as we jump straight ahead of Hubert and I think Verstappen, and we now straight away take second, and we are putting pressure on Valtteri Bottas, our championship nemesis, who is leading the way here. We're getting a very, very good run on him. We're going to take a dive down the inside there, and that is the race lead. That's a critical overtake to make, because now we can control the pace. You can see a replay there, just diving through and taking no prisoners, and that is putting Antoine Hubert right onto the rear of Valtteri Bottas. So can we see an Arrows 1-2 potentially here?
Lap of the race. Keep this up.
It's very early to make calls like that, and we still have 34 laps left to run here, but that is a very encouraging start. If Hubert can keep Bottas busy while I drive away now, that would be even better, and I think they're battling here. Oh, we're watching someone blowing up, I'm not sure. I think we're seeing a Haas slowing down. Yeah, we are. So that is him out for the day, unfortunately. Couldn't see which one it was. But now Bottas is being kept very busy by my teammate Antoine Hubert, who goes around the outside of the centre S. Bottas holding the inside line, and Hubert still alongside him. They're still side by side, going around this fast sweeping left-hander. But I think Bottas might just edge it out here, although Hubert's still alongside, still trying to get through. And we're watching it from Max Verstappen, and he's just a little bit scared about what could turn up here. But Bottas holding the position as it now starts to rain. Another twist is being thrown upon us in this championship critical Grand Prix here,
We're gonna box
as we
this
are now
lap, push
13
on
laps
the
in,
lap.
and I am trying as hard as I can to make these tyres last until the pit stop. So we're stretching this out quite nicely, and in fact the AI behind are left for chips as we do come in, and it still doesn't look that wet, but oh, I tell you what, that was scary coming into the pits
Antoine
and
is in the
sliding like
pits.
that.
Antoine in the
And for
pits.
one moment I thought that was going to be my race over, but we're now coming in for the intermediate tyre, and unfortunately Antoine has come in, should I say,
Exit
in
now.
exactly
You'll be
the
racing as
same
you leave
lap,
the pits. Go
and
now.
that is going to hold him up a few seconds
Okay,
in the
you only
battle
have
for
to stop
second.
once now.
I
One
am
stop
so
left.
sorry, but we are now leaving the pit lane. I think a couple of others have chosen to stay out on the slick tyre. I have no idea why they've done that, because it's clearly getting a little bit wetter out there, and we're ready for intermediates. The one cue I usually take as to when to pit is when it says that the DRS is unavailable. So now we're watching Lando Norris as he's going to come into the pit lane. There's me right there, I think, shooting past him, and Norris having a big moment going into the pits, and he's facing backwards going into the pits there. I'm not quite sure what happened with Lando there, but he's now stuck on the pit entrance, and that is going to cost him an absolute boatload of time. And speaking of losing a boatload of time, we are not enjoying these wet conditions so much, because Bottas and Verstappen are now starting to gain hand over foot on us, and we're really starting to struggle for pace. We're starting to try.
It looks like we'll be running
We're
on a
starting to
dry track
lose
soon. Back
bits
to
of
dry
pace, because
shortly.
we now got Bottas and Verstappen closing in so quickly. And while we're in these changeable conditions, I fear that we've got some defending to do here. It's getting quite wet now, but I feel like this rain is going to pass soon. It doesn't
Gap to
look
teammate behind
all
is
that dark out, to be
6.8
honest, so I'm
seconds.
expecting that this is going to be quite a short shower. And Bottas getting ready to have a go at me here, and this could be where it happens. We're really not liking Sector 2 in these conditions. Oh, we've gone completely wide there. That might be Bottas through. Is it him through? He's going around the outside. We're understeering like crazy, but we just hold on. Although Max Verstappen now going around my outside. Is he going to be through? We're taking the inside. Where is Max? Where is Max? He's still there. And we've kind of run him out of room a little bit there. Just running Max completely out of room, saying, no, Max, you are not coming through this time. And that is not the best exit to Yung Chao at all. We are quite compromised. And I think Max is really going to have a go at me here. And you know what? Max isn't my main concern here, so I'm not going to fight Max too hard, because we're ahead of Bottas, who is my main concern. So we've kind of not fought Max very hard there. He's gone through, although that was a little bit cheeky, sticking my nose up the inside there. I don't know if I was thinking
Okay, focus.
I could
We
bully
need to
him out
stand
the way, or
forward.
whether I was just trying to get a better line into the corner, but we clipped there. As Bottas now having a look, and what I don't realise is that he's coming to the left of me to have a look, but we've both gone into the pits, and Bottas has clipped the wall in doing so, and that's taken a piece of his front wing. Oh, I was trying to get into the pits, and he was trying to get alongside. I feel like he should have backed out of that one, but whatever, it is what it is. We are now both pitting for what will be the dry weather tyres to take us to the end. I go for a set of softs, in the hope that I can get them up
Look
to
after these
speed as
tyres
quickly
now. We wanna finish
as
the-
possible. And, well, we've got cars ahead of us that are still on intermediates, like Pierre Gasly here, but we're going to make easy work of him. And Lance Stroll is next, who I'm sure we'll also make easy work of. But he pitted, so it's not really relevant anyway. Right, we're now coming round the first few corners, and I think Max has managed to get out of the pits in front of us and still holds a little bit of a gap. But right now we're in P2, and followed behind us it's Hubert, Sainz and Perez. So not a bad race for us so far. We're still looking pretty good in P2. Ideally I would like to try and catch Max Verstappen if we can, but we don't have an awful lot of laps left to do it, and we're really gunning for it. We are really pushing for it as we set a fastest
Great
lap of the
work.
race.
That's a new fastest
Just
lap of
letting
the
Max
race.
know I'm there, and letting him know that I'm coming for him. It's not going to be an easy run, and in fact we're already starting to run out of laps, and Max still we're too evenly matched on pace. But
Safety
Lewis
car
Hamilton
deployed. The
is
safety
out of the
car has
race, and that has brought the safety car out. That could be a game changer for us. As we see Lewis Hamilton parking up there, his Mercedes engine having an uncharacteristic failure. And, well, that's his day done. Bottas, I think he was battling with a Ferrari there. So, we need to nail this, and we're getting ready to have a look at Verstappen. This will be for the lead as we get the restart underway. We've got a slipstream, we're going around the outside using all the circuit and more. But we've hit the grass and we've gone wide, and that is going to cost us a place. We've lost a place to our teammate Antoine Hubert. Next up is Charles Leclerc, right behind me. Sorry, Carlos Sainz even, right behind me. And now Carlos is having a look. We're trying to squeeze him out and put him off going for it, but Carlos goes for it, dives up the inside, forces me wide. Now Sergio Perez is getting involved. We're trying to get back past him. That is a disaster of a restart. We've lost a lot of places there, as we now deal with Perez, and through goes Charles Leclerc down the inside. Now we're going to try and hold the inside on Leclerc, somehow holding on to 4th place, but Hubert and Sainz have just got a little bit out of our reach here. As we're now on the penultimate lap, we're getting ready to come back at Carlos, but we just don't have the DRS to play with. All my ERS is gone, and if anything, I'm now got to defend from Charles Leclerc once again,
Okay, the
who is
stewards have now
really
enabled DRS.
proving quite
DRS is
tenacious at
now
the end
online.
stages here. But we managed to hold him back. Hubert and Verstappen are both long gone, and that mistake, battling Max so hard.
There's only one
I
lap
wish
of
I'd have
fuel remaining.
taken what I did earlier in the race and not fought Max too hard there, because he was not really my rival in the standings. I'm not really fighting him. Oh, we've lost some critical points there. We could have had 18, but we come away with 4th.
That's
We
the
come
end of the
away with
race. We'll
12
see you in
points.
Parc Fermé.
Oh, I'm forever ruining that mistake. I am ruining that one. Could that end up being a key factor later in the championship?
It was a magnificent race and a drive right out of the top draw to take the win for Red Bull today. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
It was a question of right place, right time today. We were looking at an entirely different race before the safety car came out, but they were able to take full advantage after the field had been bunched up.
Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves.
So that could go on to be a critical mistake for the championship. But we still took 12 points. We still finished ahead of Bottas because of that weird, controversial pit lane incident there. Which, again, I think he should have backed out of, but whatever. It is what it is. Yeah, we take 4th place. We take 12 points. But, annoyingly, our teammate Antoine Hubert has betrayed us here because he has nicked fastest lap from me on the last lap. Cheers, teammate. Thank you very much. I appreciate that one. Not. But Max Verstappen winning with Hubert 2nd, Carlos Sainz in 3rd. We hold off Leclerc, Ricciardo and Albon. Perez dropping quite a few places in the end. And we are now 7 points ahead going into the finale. So we must, at least in Abu Dhabi, either win or get 2nd and the fastest lap to stop Bottas. You do not want to miss the finale at Abu Dhabi. This is going to be an intense one. Can we do it? I don't know. Well, that was the Brazilian Grand Prix. Once again, I'm going to bow out, leaving you with the highlights reel from this Grand Prix. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Lewis Hamilton, oddly enough, is a very sort of wild card shout still in the standings, but I think realistically it is between me and Bottas for the title. It'll either be me, it'll either be Bottas, or it'll either be Hamilton. Who do you think is going to take the finale, the World Championship? Drop your predictions in the comments box below. I will see you next time. Thank you once again for watching. Enjoy the highlights reel, and I'll see you all again very soon. Take care, stay safe.